Azra and Sank attend a wedding celebration for one of Sank's friends. The party is full of surprises. Zarin, who has been hiding her penniless condition from the Selene family, will be thrown into a very difficult situation with the arrival of an uninvited guest. Will Kadir and Melis, forced to work together at Sank's request, be able to contain their feelings for each other? Meanwhile, Sumru, who is planning to marry Azmi, is distraught when she learns the news. Sumru's reaction will cause a very difficult time for the Selene family, especially Faride. Zarin's arrival comes as a huge surprise to everyone. Once a wealthy woman, Zarin has lost everything with the death of her last husband and has no intention of revealing this to those who have been trying to persuade her. How will Zarin's arrival affect Sumru, who is trying to take control of the restaurant? A big surprise awaits Kadir and Melis in the new business plan announced by Sank, who is trying to restructure the company. Azra begins to suspect that Sank is hiding something from her, and she acts on her suspicion. Will Azra ever learn the truth about Sank's illness? Sank is rushed to the hospital at the last minute and rushed into surgery. Learning that Kadir has changed his mind and returned, Melis regains hope for their love. However, Kadir, blaming himself for Sank's illness, is determined to stay away from Melis. Azmi pressures Sumru to return the shares. Azra, meanwhile, is trying to get Sank to change his attitude towards his family. Meanwhile, Faride is prepared to make a huge sacrifice for Sank's return to the company. Will Faride's sacrifice be enough to bring him back to the company? Sarap, left completely alone by the events, receives unexpected support. Sank, learning that Sarap is behind Sumru's affair, experiences a profound loss of trust in his family. Azra, meanwhile, strives to ensure Sank maintains his ties with his family. Sarap and Faride are consumed by the struggle to win Sank back. While struggling with his illness and trying to process the blow he suffered from his mother, Sank is on the verge of making important decisions about his life. After the accident, it's revealed that Sank has a dangerous aneurysm in his brain. Sank's doctor, Daphne, warns him of the severity of the condition and urges immediate intervention. Meanwhile, Sank must decide his priorities, choosing between his own health and the happiness of his loved ones. What decision will Sank make? Meanwhile, it becomes increasingly difficult to hide from Sank that Sarap is the true owner of Sumru's company shares. Faride asks Sarap to tell Sank the truth. Sarap must make a crucial decision. Will Sarap tell Sank the truth? Just as he and Azra were about to embark on a happy relationship, Sank was involved in a car accident and rushed into emergency surgery. His condition is critical. Kadir, who was in the same car with Sank at the time of the accident, is nowhere to be found. Azra and the other family members are deeply saddened, while Sarap blames herself for arguing with Sank just before the accident. Will Sank be able to hold on to life, and will Kadir be found? After everything she's been through, Azra decides she can no longer hide the truth from Sank, and, in a sudden decision, confronts him and explains the reason she's been avoiding him. But Sank's reaction isn't quite what Azra expected. Faride doesn't stand idly by when Azmi and Sumru make a move to bring Sarap into the spotlight. She makes her own move to bring Azmi, who has been working for her for years, back to his senses. Unable to continue hiding on the streets due to her illness, Fatma is finally caught. Will Fatma's revelation bring about a reunion between Azra and Mert? Meanwhile, Kadir, unwilling to postpone his revenge plans any longer, decides it's time to confront Sank. Fatma's escape from the hospital unsettles everyone. Concerned that Mert might be abducted again, Faride takes some preventative security measures. Along with the police, Azra's side, and Sumru and Azmi, they begin searching everywhere for Fatma. But even these security measures fail to prevent Fatma from reconnecting with Mert. Learning that Kansu has transferred the cafeteria to Burhan, Sumru realizes that she is slowly losing her daughter and begins searching for ways to win her back. Relieved to be reunited with Mert and confident that Fatma will be caught and tell the police the truth about Sumru, Azra begins to regain her self-confidence. Just when everything seems to be going well, the identity of the secret hand behind Sumru's shares is revealed, and the family happiness Faride has striven to establish is dealt another heavy blow. Driven by jealousy, Sank misinterprets the closeness between Kadir and Azra and gets into a serious fight with Kadir. In a moment of anger at Sank, Kadir makes a grave mistake. He will later deeply regret. He loses the only evidence that would allow Azra to gain custody of her sister. Sumru, who witnessed and confirmed the rift between Azra and Sank with her own eyes, believes that Azra deserves Mert, and temporarily gives her brother to Azra, Mert begins staying with Azra, while Sumru, eager to become a partner in the selling group, gives interviews to business magazines. Hansu begins to grow closer to her father, whom she had been estranged from due to her mother's ambitions and reunited with late. While all this is happening, news from Fatma's hospital shocks everyone. The revelation that Sumru was the one who bought the company shares caused a major shock, and the most talked about topic among those who know her is where Sumru got the money. Azra speaks to Faride, telling her that she wants to stand on her own 2 feet and rent a separate house. Faride understands this. Azra, having found a house in a modest neighborhood within her means, moves in. She also withdraws the lawsuit she filed against her father to protect Mert. Azra's attempt to stay away from Sank without a logical explanation irritates Sank. And when he sees Kadir with her in a moment of anger, Sank takes it out on her. Sank's beating of Kadir will upset everything, jeopardizing Azra's chances of reuniting with Mert. Azra is forced to leave Mine's side when Mine's family returns home. Initially, Azra considers staying at a hotel, but succumbs to Faride's insistence and moves back into the mansion. Who is threatening Azra through Mert? Upon learning this, Sumru begins using Mert again and threatening Azra to keep her away from Sank. And Sumru isn't the only one threatening Azra through Mert. Mysterious individuals, demanding that Azra withdraw the lawsuit she filed regarding her father's death, are sending Azra photos of Mert and threatening her. Who is buying the Solang Group's shares? News from the hospital where Fatma is hospitalized creates excitement and hope. Thanks to Sank's sensible management, the company's deteriorating situation is halted, and shares begin to sell. The real question is who is buying the shares. Azra is forced to give up on Sank, whom she loves dearly, in the face of Sumru's ruthless offer. Sumru brings Azra and Mert together as promised, and Mert's resentment and anger towards Azra begin to fade. Faride Hanim's disappointment. Meanwhile, a serious financial crisis arises at the company. Azmi plays a major role in this. Serap, who helped Azmi seize this power, rejects a request from Sank to resolve the crisis. Serap, still furious with Faride over the inheritance issue, once again disappoints her family. Sank begins street fighting. Maysit and Hulya turn all their attention to Sumru regarding the infamous murder. Sank, unable to process his breakup with Azra, searches for other reasons behind Azra's abandonment. But Azra refuses. Sank becomes increasingly angry and begins engaging in street fights. Azra holds herself responsible for Sank's demise. Although she tries to talk him down, she's unsuccessful. When Sank's current state impacts the company's situation, a major earthquake strikes the Salin family. Mert's decision in the case disrupts the balance of power. Sumru begins to use her trump card against Azra with all her ruthlessness. As a result of Sumru's machinations, Azra is forced to make a decision more difficult than ever.